Kofi, we are not getting married, though. I beg. Yeah, but can't worry, handsome. We are not getting married. Hey, Semupi. Please share the link. Share the link. Now, microphone to me, Shebi, please. Please share the link. Now, microphone into me, Shebi. Our guest is ready. And I'm Paye Beja. And I'm Paye Beja. Okay, everybody. My name is Albert, and welcome to Official AO TV. Now, and then some that down here be pensing munia bubumnia kekam. Niamanako viral said the munim did that. And before we start, I'm going to invite our guest. But before, let's go with some intro first. Fire them. Okay, Abusia. I'm not even going to what do you call it, introduce this guest because everybody knows it. everybody knows that. Yeah, she's got the only woman and ask them controversial man, baby woman. Okay, I'm just gonna have her introduce herself and Seneja. Yeah, please introduce yourself to everybody before we kick the ball.
Okay, so good evening, afternoon. I think I should start with morning, isn't it? So morning, afternoon, evening to everybody and all viewers, listeners. Guest Akosua Williams, hosted them for the Law Talk Show and mother of 3. You know, the Akandi
before, most people when I posted this, they were asking, hey, we don't even know how long has she been married. How long have you been married? And Sane, you pincing.
Hey, boy. Well, 16 years.
13 years.
And yeah.
Wow.
It's might be 16 years.
So the first question is, also most people would say, I would say I'm not married, right? But then most of the parents would say, oh, our adding. But please let us know. You've been in there for 13 years. Our adding.
16.
16, sorry, 16.
16. Okay. Our adding.
Yeah. Sana, you're ready for Nibika.
Our adding. Because okay, maybe I say mpedi focus our idea. Our idea because both parties, or let's say your partner, you and your partner, you were raised from different groups, different culture, kind of stuff. Because some people marry different tribes.
Exactly.
Yeah, entity, you know, you're different. Maybe I will know my catch us that will be catch us out. Yeah, exactly. It's a big deal.
True.
This is where the problems start. If you cast our joke, and it's a lifetime thing. It's something you can't just walk out. Say, okay, we are many on your home, so I'm out. It's a do or die affair.
Okay.
You don't go in to fail. You don't go in to walk out. You go in for a lifetime, and it's for the better and for the worse. And at the time,
true.
And you must see, things happen.
True. So the main question as to why we're having this conversation today is, when we always say our wedding into right? When you meet a guy, if a young guy, may meet a girl, right? Because remember the day I can say when we see a woman, you share the physical appearance and we look at how beautiful she is before we draw closer to her. When we draw closer and the subai is not good, then we draw back. So if you're going to actually meet somebody, or should I say propose to somebody who actually says that you want to marry the person, should you actually go with your heart, loving the person, or actually go with your head, knowing it's okay, I'm going to try to see, if the person is the right person, and then I will start loving her. Because sometimes what I realized, when we're going into the marriage, right, we're going with our heart, saying that we love this person so much, we're not thinking about what people are telling us. Yeah, I'm doing Krew.
No.
Exactly. Sometimes we don't think about it. We more so go in with the fact that I love the person. The person said, "Oh, Lefan said, oh, smokia, me wari no best." The person said, "Oh, Lefan said, what do you call it?"
No. Let me correct this right there. The example you just gave, say, "Oh, smokia, me wari no best." Who told you that?
Because you have
you're loving so dobia or smoky or no monster whatever or if you know matempa wouldn't say guy the girl's best at 3 4
exactly.
Then you decide to go with him. In your head, you're in denial. It's like you're just interested. If you think like that, then what Jane is okay. We worry now on your master. Why the catch sister?
Yeah.
You see, a lot of people live in denial. They don't stay true to themselves, and that's another thing. Dishonesty in your community, as Ghanaians in particular, and we are addressing Ghanaians because you need no credit.
Yeah.
We don't even know ourselves to know who we want to be with. Because why go for it?
True.
We claim we are blinded by love. I don't think that is love. It's infatuation. We don't know what love means. Because if you love somebody, you love them regardless. I was listening to some music before I came here. Michael Bolton's song "When a Man Loves a Woman," and I feel I made 2 words nimpo ye. All these years I've listened to this song, and I'm saying to you words ni.
Wow.
He sees no wrong if a man loves a woman. Or none the last person will be so bani dine ukra will be.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because he's so blinded with that love. Say nothing really moves that man.
Okay. And is it good to be blinded? The way we put it, say, I'm blinded by love, or me kwako wa na menim se sin na wotie. Na ma worry na we I say in the aspect of, let's say, boyfriend girlfriend relationship wise, right? You know, you guys will be together. You know, Donald saw he's taking you out. You're going out. You're smiling. All that. Most of the things that I've realized, I would say, based off of experience from family side, no, because I'm not married. From experience from family side, when I said omo worry we pet no me be boma. Something I said a switch. Something switches up in that marriage. Some marriages, something switches up in that marriage. Whereas either say Obana sesa, and as mostly I'll say Bemana sesa, but Obana bit imagine baby ash akasa. Now Branty na me worry no. What do you think happens that causes that to actually occur in marriages? Some marriages.
The truth is, again, people are not honest.
Okay.
They are very dishonest, and a lot of people go into marriage, or let's say dating, their attitudes are different from when you marry them.
Okay.
Which shouldn't be so. If you are a womanizer, make it clear to the girl. If you drink, make it clear to that woman. No, yes, it's important to do that. Why would you paint yourself white when you know inside of you, you're black? These are the things that people do. When you be to me share a relationship, or no, on pay the deal one thing, but on kind of credit, or do be PDB. Now, me know what PDB are. I was saying, young PDB. What do you mean by that? What's the medium in Pabon TDD? And you know, me know what to na me day to me. No, no. Be upfront, okay? Be upfront with the person and say, okay, and you might be saying I'm pay, but I'm willing to change because Obia need your pay. You have to compromise in marriage. A question now will be say, so be worried. Then what? Why do people change after marriage? I think people get too comfortable.
Okay.
They get comfortable with the word marriage,
Okay.
We kind of picture that thing as yapim. So now you have nowhere to go. So I can bring out all my character.
Okay.
Then again, people change. Okay. Human beings change. Time changes. Situations change people. That is why marriage is a do or die affair. When the change comes now, you deal with it.
Yeah.
You have to adjust. We need to learn to adjust. Marriage is not for boys and girls. It's for matured men and women. You don't look at somebody and say, when you need to be at 40, he's matured. No.
Okay.
When people are very old in age, but here, the little boys.
Yeah.
There are females like that too.
Okay.
It's this thing of being dishonest with yourself, not knowing even yourself and knowing what you want, what your deal breaker is, the things that would, it will break you, things you don't like, things you like. You don't know. And I don't blame us. I blame your upbringing because me say it has taken me a long time to even know what I really like and what I don't.
Yeah.
And what will be a deal breaker for me? If you do this, I'm done. And can you authority? Yeah. Yeah. And so that is okay. So you see, this is where if I'm with somebody, the person will think I've changed. I haven't changed. Now this is me.
Okay. But then previously, when you guys were dating, you were not acting like that though. Also, previously,
because I'm growing now. I'm growing now, and I'm getting to know myself. So if I get to know myself and I know, say, there be men people my watch the titi and I out here.
Yeah.
What? I'm not dealing with you.
Okay. So would you say this is what has been causing a lot of, I would say, divorces in the 21st century, quote unquote?
Yes. And people rush into marriages too.
Okay.
People rush into marriages. You see somebody, you think you love them. It's infatuation. You have to take your time to know the person a bit. Let me just chip this in here and say this to the young ones coming up who wants to marry so bad. I would tell you, say, marry somebody you truly love, not for any other thing, not for money, not for school, not for their popularity, not for the family they come from, not for any other thing, but you love them and love them for everything. Apart from that, be with this person for 5 years in marriage before you decide to have kids. Okay. That's my little advice. I'll chip in there.
So what if advice? So if you're married with the man, right, and the man wants to have kids, let's say within 2 years, he plans to have kids within 2 years or whatever, and you're not ready to have kids, and you're giving yourself 5 years, and he doesn't understand that. See, that is why I would say the compromise comes in, because you have to say, oh no, he wants to wait for 5 years. And you don't want to wait for 5 years, or you want to wait for 5 years, and he does not want to wait for 5 years. He wants to have his kids, and start with his life and the family. But then he's not. You are not ready, but he's ready. Would you compromise with that? Okay, now this is it. Again, thank you for that. We have to discuss that before I say I do to you. Okay. We need to sit down. See, there are things that people need to discuss before they do the I do. We don't do that. All we think about is, worry. There are basic, very important questions to ask before you tell somebody, I want to marry you. You can date somebody, like them, love them, but to tie that knot, you need to have serious discussions. Yeah. I want to have children. Do you like children? Do you want kids? Some people don't even want kids. You don't know that? They can't even deal with children's cry in a minute. They don't want kids in their life. But your community, again, they're expecting you to have a child. Sure. I don't want kids. I was telling my mom some time back, I was like, Mama, I think say Enisa kame womi ensa. I said, what? And I'm saying, yes. Wow. Your community, any mama no ni ebusia push you into things that we don't want as ourselves. And again, I'm saying this because I know myself. I enjoy my freedom. I enjoy my quiet time by myself, listening to music and just be me. And I don't do well with it. Not that I'm a bad. You see, when you come pay, then the typical Ghanaian will sit somewhere and say, "Hey, Obabisia, Obana, no, I don't." Yeah. Get this, and if people will listen to this, it will help them. Not every man wants kids. Ask yourself this question: there are men who are in marriages with women. The moment these women get pregnant, they change. Have you asked yourself why? Because they don't want kids. Yeah. No. Or worry for companionship. Yeah. Or actually. The court vacations. You quit you buy the die also and why you naked on them feel or chile on you be any yourself. Anytime you want to travel, you want to do stuff, you do it. Okay. But your community. Yeah. Oh, worry up here. Not everybody wants kids. I'll tell you this, Albert. It's important to sit down and have certain conversations. You talk about it. Are we doing a joint account? Are we doing separate? What are we doing with our bills? Who's going to pay this? Who's going to pay that? Yeah. How do we put our money together? How many kids are we going to have? Do you like kids? You date and you ask these questions. If the person does not want kids, don't force them. Love is not that blind as we claim, It's not. It's some infatuation and stupidity, I would say, excuse my French, but it's stupidity.
If you really have conversations with somebody and knows, okay, you end it, you move on. You find somebody you're compatible with. Because ultimately, a circle, you put a square or a triangle thing in a circle. It won't fit. It has to fit. It has to.
Okay.
What's that? Important.
And most of the time we talk about it more in the, I would say, the African, aspect of it, because Afro is different from the way Africans we get married. I would say you can see, say, Bronia Wari Broni, and then they will be together no matter the good, the bad, whatever. They'll be together till the end. And there are some too who divorce and stuff like that. But specifically Africans in, I would say, abroad. Africans in abroad. Africans because Ghana there. But here it's more so about 50-50, right? So I feel sometimes I would say the reason why I'm not sure if you actually agree with this, but the reason why in the United States or abroad marriages actually fail a lot is what I think is the men and the woman, or the woman wants to actually butt heads with the men. Whereas I'm just saying, I might be wrong, but because the way, like you were saying, we were brought up, we were brought up whereas the man is the head of the house, right? He's providing for most of the things, right? I would say providing for most of the things. And then we come to America, or we come abroad, and it's more so about 50-50. What a man can do, a woman can do too. If you're more worried, I said, do you think that should something that should be happening? Now I said we should go back to our culture, whereas the man is the head of the house. Yes, not saying say he should cheat, do any stupid thing, and you're still there. But go back to the fact whereby the man is the head of the house. To say a couple of these videos are out, where you watch a pastor with his wife, blah blah blah, all those stuff, where Bemani to me kasa or Banu any house, and he's saying that he's the head of the house, not Bana Yedin. With this Barbara as issue sorry to say Barbara where even though say cousins, brothers, said she was still in there because in the Bible a woman has I would say be underneath the man. Let me put it that way. What do you think about that? Let me put in the American aspect or abroad. So Bane Bema Waria, should it still be that cultural norm where the man is the head? Because at the end when now what's a home, what do you think that should be?
Nana, you see, I don't have a problem with the man being the head of the household.
Okay.
But being a leader and the head in a household, there's certain things you must do to maintain that kind of title in a home. That's my opinion. You have to carry yourself in a certain way. And I'm not talking about financial aspect of it. I don't believe in bare money to your bills for fee. It is okay if the man is doing well and he's paying the bills.
Okay.
It's fine. If it's okay if the woman has more income, bigger income, he pays the rent. I don't mind. But my problem here is that the head of the household thing has been misinterpreted, or however I should say it. A lot of these men in our culture think it's because so you're head of household, then he has to get away with doing whatever he likes. He speaks and the woman doesn't speak up. He does whatever he likes. Marriage is not ownership. Most men also think they did these women a favor by marrying them. You ask my hand in marriage. I decide if I want to be with you. Okay, you're not doing me a favor. We are in partnership here. We need to sit down. That's why there should be communication. We sit down and discuss. You are the head, I'm the neck. We work together. So, pet the baby, I say, Obibe face and the position is better and bigger than the other. No? When a man feels superior in a home, he acts silly. He's human. And see, I feel like the head of the household, yes, it's in the Bible. We are all Christians. I understand that. But people are abusing power. It's the abuse of power. The head of household, and they cause problems. It's not the title. People are just abusing the power. And it's okay. So obey a head of household. But the question is, how are you carrying yourself in the home? So if you're not carrying yourself right, and who abuse your power, That is where you see say Obama ne will bump heads. Because Albert, in this country, the men are also the head of the house. But they discuss a lot of things with their wives. You go into some of these homes, these women have babies. The man understands that these children are my children too. They are my future. So if my wife stays at home and takes care of my kids, it's a job. I need to pay my wife.
Okay.
You see, the respect, it's not there in our community.
Okay. In the African,
most men think, there you go. They don't respect their wives as human too. They don't respect little things that people do. Your wife will be home. When was the last time they may be fan? You fan say, "Nema, emo with a crack check if you say fu and nothing for you." What you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Little things. Oko salona. Yetiaka. Yeah. You go to pedicure. You pay for it.
Okay.
It is how you yes say my way or show will met him say you okay. And remember do saying and a show mama switchy show mama home say be bibia to who and say baby. You don't do all this. It's the woman who does them. Okay. These are little things. People don't pay attention to them. But they rather pay attention to the bigger things, which is the bills.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So baby ni baby tifi. Oka eyefia ukunu wash him out.
Yeah.
You don't appreciate that. Who say bibia? Okay, now when you are by yourself, who the car wash and I say, maybe I would like to be a say who breaks inside them. Then my feel themselves will be appreciated.
Yeah.
Them now we focus on bigger things instead of the little things that makes life comfortable. No? And that is where the problem is. We need to appreciate each other. We need to respect one another. We need to share ideas. We need to communicate. We need to understand each other's differences and work in hand.
Okay.
Together. It's partnership, teamwork. And
that's where most of the time I'll say the issue comes, because it's very good say, we work in partnership, and the husband and the wife, they work together to make sure everything is done cordially and stuff. Like now baby when you say Bema on anything on Peba, Bema no kids, have fun, travel, do whatever you want to do. But then again, I would say if they're together and they get married now, shouldn't there be that compromise aspect of it? Whereas the man is actually saying, okay, now I have kids, right? Let me help my wife. So it's kind of like, if it changes that way, now I said, man, from the beginning, what do you call it? He was not honest with the woman, because young fantasy, and see, akwala bebem. Ya worry no sebi me nda ho na me amekwanye me. What I say? Something happened for something to happen. I bibia ko kapa teacher de. So now that the kids are in, is it like something I would say Beman Echo from the beginning, not showing his real personality to the end, and not to the fact Akola Beman Obana and showing a real personality? Because there are some marriages, I hear this a lot, where Obani Bema worry, and at the end, Obani Timisha Bemano Akasa na kwame pa na me worry ni, like kwame wa upa uni and akwasi upa uni. So it's more so of what's because it's more so of that's now my campaign promise. Where we need had to, it's kind of like where we need had to, it's like you don't care about me anymore. What we used to do to actually, light up that flame, that I would say infatuation, or that flame, that love in us, it's not happening anymore. Is it because of the stress in the marriage, or to pay the bills, or is it because the fact said, from the beginning, maybe we are not on pay, and
it's dishonesty from the beginning.
Yeah.
Again, and then it's familiarity as well. I hate getting too familiar with people. Yeah. And knowing me, what's the matter meeting? I'm strict because I try to draw lines, because I know how human beings are. When you get too familiar with people, you tend to just do things anyhow. And it's human nature.
Wow.
And that is a problem. You never, sometimes you hear people say, always treat your wife or something like somebody you're just dating, like you're just dating them. If you don't do that, the marriage will go down because it gets boring. People get too familiar with everything, and so hey, what do I care?
Yeah.
And family, my too comfortable with you. What be it because they will dress energy sanity. And when I say our relationship, not boring, and people find themselves cheating all over the place because they don't.
Yeah.
And spice it up. I am too familiar with it. And so some will draw a line. In as much as you want to marry your best friend, you want to be comfortable with your partner, draw a line. One kasa will draw the line. There should be respect.
Okay. So like
anyhow, anytime, but there should be some respect.
Yeah.
Some lesser respect and it's a come back.
Yeah.
And we know some men love through respect. When you respect a man, he sees that to be love. A woman is through what they hear. And I think them say, but and also
yeah.
What they are not the bar. Man and twice.
Yeah.
For 30 years, sir. Yes, sir, for 30 years. Simple.
Okay.
And some I don't be like serious. That's how I see. And so
and I make us sometimes you see say when the kids and the stress of the taking care of because I would say taking care of kids in abroad in America, I would say anywhere abroad, right? It's not easy, right?
Yeah.
I help with taking care of kids and stuff. It's not easy. So when the stress comes in now, you're gonna say, "Oh, ban crack bisa be man say, honey, and a young restaurant in did you cry here?" Like konwa mama klana na say ko yes A B C and D. In this African, I would say African community, right? It's become so much of a norm where say obano kwa bebisa be man say yempie ni nko yesi and I say oh madam me fa metin to so and I say he doesn't want to do it as a man. No, may worry all right, but then I don't want it to get to that point where make us say hey I didn't make come once me hear the same exact thing. Why do you think that happens to the men? I would say especially because a man na say sa is more as compared because
I think the same will get bored in term.
Okay.
And with all due respect to our viewers and the men listening, men to me now I've seen them to be like babies, like kids, toddlers. You see how a toddler sees a toy, they like it. You buy it for them, they play with it for a little bit. The next time they see another toy, they want to go with the toy. It's not that they don't want the other old toy, they want it, but they're tired of it. They want to put it on the side and go to the other toy. That's how men are. But women also don't do well with those things. That's where the conflicts come. Yeah. Because I say, and when I make a member get bored in them, my study member, and you want from on them. I dare hey, one way thing, Besham Kola, Unia Dajir, and a member, they don't multitask. That's also another thing. Men don't multitask. They do one thing at a time.
Yeah.
So the men share TV na Jones or share bola. I think you have a nonsense. On take.
Yeah.
So it is more nature. But then again, you can work on it. So men just don't want to change. It is what they saw at home. They never saw their dads help in the house before. Some of these men, their dads will come home, just cross their legs, and their food is being put right in front of them. They eat, they finish, they wash their hands in the bowl, and then they push it on the side.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how you. And then maybe a quadra to the point say a pem kramu ya quadra. Yeah.
A quadra. He doesn't want to try new things, and that's a quadra. What says it?
He won't try no new things. Or do so. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, pensem. Yeah, pensem. Yes, exactly.
Albert. It's nasty. Some men obey I see you dress. Obi to quarter. Are you serious? They don't care whether Oba no say wabre. Say ne huaye den. Say den ne koso wana brabum. Say den nothing, no conversation, nothing. Where did you when I dream so open be actually half? And one it say so open idea will pay asa. Really? Oh yeah. And guess what? So what more about one son in our it will paben quite no de meko wetu mekwasi ho. We are lucky and wetu meko. Ibu abeba no be and many bit more the other say or the chance empty chance what the other side jene ni ade ku no akata so esi wa ma. What you say? Before wo ho. Come on anka so bi abre. We are stressed here, bills and other things. Yeah, but we need to work as a team. And work as a team, help each other. Do little things. Aprapra and your bonnet. Go to trash go out nipa. Oh, shall buy you bad diaper and your bonnet. Said your barn is to be your time, crash the other things.
Yeah.
No, what's me and yam, mouth. No more dear grow with them.
Yeah.
Peace of mind, why empty?
So basically, it's more so about say a men are not willing to compromise as much say a man about compromising.
Not at all. A lot of men don't compromise. Wow. And I have noticed also one thing. If a man is in love with a woman, the marriage will stay.
Oh, wow.
Listen, ladies. Those of you listening, this is a personal experience and I've watched. If a man is in love with you, the marriage will sustain. It will go through trials and whatever it is, but that marriage will stay. Trust me.
Wow. If a man is in love with you, okay.
If a man is in love with the female, our individual, say oba edobema ebrosua. It's possible say ube try engine.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because you compromise it easier. It's more adjusted. Yet do something different. Bema do you deep. A man baby say be a man need love. Men do have love. A man will love when he wants to love. Or Bema do what you will see it.
Yeah.
You will know. He will work. He will serve. You get what I'm saying? He will serve. Now, and not many of them maybe a program will highlight radio or don't come and he said, say, one worry will be our donor. You fail to serve.
Wow.
So dear when you do be I want to now it has been your passion and you do now you watch how you do it with all gladness.
Yes.
Any idea when you said they are busy fire enough.
Sure.
There you go.
Sure. Wow. Where be a keys? So basically, the man has to love the woman more than the woman loves the man.
Oh hell yeah! It's one kasa be makon so kra wo kwa show check on her. If you're not crazy about that woman, the bibia and move wa say na di yo bibi ha na how one kasa so better wo inside how you wa ho keka tie no then you say this is the woman I have to marry.
Wow. So and you know how they say, I would say sir, advices from adults or people who actually are married, no, most of them will be like in the process of marriage, you know, when you're married and the marriage is still ongoing at a point in time, no, or don't if free, is that something that actually happens? Say, my worry 20 years after or don't because you guys are so used to each other to the point where I say, Sebi, man, that's I say, that attraction is not there anymore. And then sometimes when man do baby, no, I can say, or do man do if your baby the attendance sweats, no, I can say, I'm a Sebi, road ross, and I'm a Kodan, I'm the end of the bed, I mean, sorry, I'm coming baby. You know, those as an attraction, no, and I'll say it's mostly in the 21st century because as a their marriage sustained a lot more, even though I would say our family or our parents or grandparents went through a lot. No? Their marriages sustained a lot more than it is sustaining in this 21st century that we are in. Even though some you know, they had to go through all men and cheat because they had that perception, say the man is the head of the house, blah blah blah, all those stuff. No? Do you think, say, in this 21st century, no, what is it that the women can do, right? Because remember, I would say we're channeled differently. Right, we're channeled differently. Saying now, can I say one that romanticness and shut down click to an extent you date here. You know, we'll show you all the love all the way to the campaign promise. You remember all the campaign promise now? Yeah, we need election area now. Yeah, we're on. As a switch, is this something that changes? Because sometimes I feel, say to me, I would say, you don't go into marriage to find the right person. You go into marriage compromising with somebody, thinking that's the right person for you. That is why divorce happen. That is how I think of it, right? You're not going to marriage thinking you found the right person. You go into it, I would say the woman, right? You love the person, so you're going in thinking that's the person God has given to you. Do you think God ever gives a man or a woman to somebody to marry? Because to me, I think you go in for the person thinking that's the person God have given to you. You can be praying, not be my baby or welcome. You think that's the person God gave to you, but then at the end of the day, no.
You think? You think? That means your prayer. No, that means you didn't pray well.
Okay.
Because you shouldn't think.
Okay.
If you're going to that route with me, the main kind of say, you should not think. Say you will feel it.
Okay.
You will know. Said this is it.
Okay.
Okay. It doesn't mean say munya problems because if we have nothing. the fact that we're Christian and now you're born again Christian, whatever, it doesn't mean that you won't face challenges. It's part of in say abrabo. But we don't say it's quick to fix.
It's clicking.
Mobile fix them quick.
Okay.
You will be able to fix it because in it and then so no not that you just prayed, it will relax it.
Yeah.
Now back to where you were talking about, say your olden days, Albert, let me tell you this honest truth. This honesty has been in our community for too long.
Yeah.
It has been there for too long.
Wow.
Oh no, be. Or till we feature her area anymore. No papa sorry, say warren no. I'm pano ako warren na neti.
Yeah.
Ochiti was say you're okay. You're lying.
Yeah.
You're lying. Most of these women, and I'm going to say this on your platform because I've said it and we've discussed this with among other females. And it's the fact. Most of these men that died.
Throughout, should I say, stress and say as on one shed the kunu free.
They killed them. They killed them with a no. Wow. You see, and I make I said this honesty. People are not honest with themselves. Yet dishonesty is just like mo bia man na dwene na da na say mo na nanom ware yes omukusuti aware.
Yeah.
A lot of people are in marriages for different reasons and it's for the wrong reason. Not that they love. Okay, I don't want to mention names. I'm saying some be about politics money idea.
Yeah.
All this disgrace. You think they have nothing to gain? They have something to gain. That's why they are still there.
True.
People have agendas. They have plans. Obi worry obi because ni sikenti.
Yeah.
Obi people only obi abre sikenti. Obi sorry for the peace of mind. Uncle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We are small Japadi on sorry uncle. Not him. Such a marriage, when you see it, you say, oh, my worry 40 years, 30 years. Go deeper and see what is going on.
Yeah.
You'll find out, I don't know. Yeah. Check it out. Long time. But all kono ebia bema ne nhwe nkwala no.
Yeah.
Drama. And in talk with bema chrono dragging no kohwe memma child support ni ade ntin. No aka na no atu no tim.
Wow.
It's a mawadwen nya wo say enka no for no mo ware che esen yen. Enka no for no mo ni no kore. Me sana no no. And as I say no, people have explored, okay? Yeah. We are exploring exposure swaba. You need buy your so we know the things we don't like, we know the things we won't tolerate and all that. Don't sit in marriage and think and say, okay, if I say worry, who foul you rechi. Now I say foul.
Yeah.
You don't care. You have a problem. Guess what? And the 21st century man, obi beja. Obi so the bachelor pa. Whilst you are in
True. So if you're in a marriage, right? Oh, like I say in this 21st century, which is the topic. If you're in a marriage, now our no, when you end, you're gonna say oba, right? Oba ninja, our because oba ninja. Now we catch them and what the issue is. The man does not seem to be changing. I said, baby say bills, stress, say. At that point in time, with the females actually watching us now, what should the females, since you have the experience in 16 years in marriage, God bless your heart. What do you think some of the females should do when these occurrences happen where what the man used to do, he's not doing it anymore? And even if the female asks for us, oh, take $5 and take a walk. And I say, he doesn't want to do it now. What should the female do? Your suggestion.
As a suggestion. That's an individual decision.
As a suggestion.
Me for one, I will try to talk to you to change.
Yeah.
If you don't, and I stand to gain something, I don't know what I will even stand to gain as of now, Albert, to be honest with you. The kind of things that I have experienced and known right now in my life, I will walk.
Wow.
Oh yeah, I will walk.
Okay.
I will walk. Because you know why I will walk?
Why?
It tells me you have no regard for me as a human being. And I'm not dealing with nobody who has no respect for me as a human being. It's that simple. If you don't care enough to change, to listen, to understand, to compromise, to know that many you will be home and you don't care, then I also don't care. You see, love alone does not sustain a marriage or a relationship. It takes a lot to keep the relationship going. Life is getting too short to waste your time and be sitting with one person who doesn't care for you. It should be a mutual thing. Okay? We are in marriage, we should understand each other mutually. We have to feel for each other and be ready to compromise and also make each other happy. If not, then I'm out. I'm out.
Wow. Okay. So personally, I'm not gonna say an advisor. Like personally, no. If you're in, not the man is becoming a burden, he's not listening to you. Okay, baby, Akwesi, say. Oh yeah, you've been married for 5 years. We've been married for this whatever years. We've done this only once or whatever. Let's try something else to spice up that marriage. And I'll catch you and say, you're not feeling that excitement of the love and whatever anymore, and he's not willing to change that. Personally, you would walk.
Oh, personally, because you see, the thing is that it could be a lot of different reasons why the person is not listening.
Okay.
Oh no, what's my point? Or pay attention. But you mentioned like you could do about and all that. No,
yeah. Okay.
That shouldn't be something I will walk. Let me clarify that. Yanko obi on pay PP. Obi so pay abontin didi. It's once in a while yanko what's a wonko. Me and my provisions be yanko what's the menko. Okay, I'll start going out by myself. You see, one has to also learn to happy themselves in marriage without their spouse.
Yeah.
If the person doesn't want to do it, they don't want to do it. You can never change a person. They only can compromise if they want to. And if they decide not to, why not?
Yeah.
But you see, there are major things that one must walk away from.
Okay.
There are major things. Like in reference to this young lady issue.
Yeah.
Of course, she deserved to walk. It's just that her walking was not far enough.
Yeah.
That's why. But she needed to walk, and even long ago. Long ago. It was, I mean, come on.
Very true.
You don't.
As should I say, as an experienced individual in the married sector, married society, what are some advices you would say you would give to these young upcoming ones? Like I would say me. What are some key things that we should look for? A man should look for in a woman, and what are some key things a woman should look for in a man before
Okay.
What are some key things you look for?
So be sure. Thank you, Albert. Be sure. Okay, ladies first. Bema na hokeka ne do de do eno ye one. Nebufu, how far does he go? Nebufu kose. How quick is that guy ready to resolve issues? The maturity level. Okay? It's very important. And Sika Unibibi, this thing, let me say this. It is okay to have money. It is okay for a man to do well. Sika yen yoma be brave.
Yeah.
But mama yenye careful so nisa sika nibre life bina aba na saying kra mo amaba no mono. Guy we sika o treat this or treat that or what this or what that. Listen, you can never tell a person's future from today.
Yeah.
You never know what tomorrow brings.
True.
So me, I believe in uni obi bre namwedi. Okay, that is my belief.
Yeah.
I believe in mini obi bre namwedi. Make sure obi no wosika. Fine, but encore looking for that.
Yeah.
Don't.
Wow.
Marry a woman you love as a man, please. If you don't, you're not crazy about that woman. Don't marry her.
So we are crazy. So Nkofobeka say, "As Obana you bibi and say Ujimi." Bema di Njimi sa.
Nkofobeka say. That is when I have a problem. That means you're not matured. Nobody, even though people will say what they want to say, which is you that allow them to.
Okay.
Nobody with personal experience, nobody should be able to come out of your relationship. It doesn't matter who, to have a word to say in your relationship or your marriage in particular. that means you have a problem.
Okay. That was drawing to my next.
You're strong, as though you're matured. You married the woman or the man you love, you think fits your personality, and you're going to live the rest of your life with. Not a single soul should come outside that relationship and tell you, say, what are you doing and what you shouldn't do.
Okay.
Nobody. It's in Anna and Casa. No, Jimmy for me. It
was going to the next question, sir. Actually listening to other people who are not in your marriage. So I worry. Nah, wadam for beba ufi no so oyiri yese. Yamba so now oyiri en mom aduane kra wan fa bibia be paper table no so ansa no de aduane si so and now buy sene oyiri eda honom no on screen Kenya no ko fa aduane bi mbro na whatever, all those stuff. Like listening to people outside of your marriage, what is your advice for that? And in reference to friends,
but how dare somebody come to your matrimonial home and tell you, say, no, but seriously, Albert, and tell you, say, well, you don't people be so, well, you don't people be so, auntie, bra, sister, Adam for Uba and for any coffee.
Yeah,
you have no business saying, say, I now also, and to hear it down your belt, you go into me and be party when so, hey, I want to catch as a master. Let me tell you this. And this should be the first and the last. If you want to keep this friendship, let it stay here. Draw that line. Oh, me, you didn't fear. And now because me problem. You see, there's so many ways we can cut people from coming into our marriages, and we don't do them.
Okay.
And this is make a Albert. Lessons has been learned. No, do not allow it.
Okay.
Business really? That is my wife.
Yeah.
I deal with my wife in my home. You have no business coming from outside. Masa, what do you sorry?
Yeah.
You see, you learn to shut people up right when they start talking nonsense about your spouse.
Yeah.
And if you don't, it's going to go
on and on.
Anytime you catch on, people overstep their boundaries if you don't draw lines for them.
Yeah.
They overstep their boundaries. And nope. No, Albert. No way. This is for me. No way. Never. Never. And you see, when you do this now, one can say you feel good, or you do more.
Yeah.
Because to a female, security is everything to a female.
Okay.
My husband got my back.
Yeah.
He got it. Ooh, that thing feels so good.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. So what is your take on actually, when you're married, friends, especially I would say most men do the friendship stuff. And I would say most men do the friendship, but I would say most of the time, I would say 60% of the time, right, is the female side with the friendship and stuff like that. Or bad for semna or kasa. What do you what's your take on, I would say, married couples with friends and inviting friends into their home, like having to have a say in their home? They're trying to say, Wadam for about and answer Wadam for Emma advice in relations to your marriage. Something that you should not even be giving them the chance to actually do. What is your take on friendship in marriage and how it's actually, crumbling marriages in the 21st century? What is your take on that?
Friends. Nana, Baby. This friends thing, write it down and let's put it on another show.
A whole new topic.
I'm telling you. A whole new topic for this thing. I'm telling you. But the little I would say is no. Draw lines again. Draw lines.
Yeah.
Set boundaries for these kind of friends into marriages. Learn not to discuss too many details with friends about your marriage, your wife, your husband. Don't do it. And especially to the guys who drink.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's tough.
Yeah.
That man should be a very matured man. Because Sebi in Prediasa and some can for no,
yeah.
That kind of friendship. No, because a lot of guys, that's how they hang out. Anyways, stress it's a so draw line. And a man, as he is any commodity with the number 4. And you're down for bianes or 2 hour humans. And then you'll be an sorry keken waba. It's not me say fashion another.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I will put some things down that I know it's a no.
Yeah.
That we all should stop doing.
Yeah.
Okay? And it will save marriages.
Yeah. Thank you. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Before we let you go, I know you have to go. Before we let you go, just one advice or 2 advices you want to give to people who are actually about to marry, who are already married. Advice be at the moment. Since you're a veteran, I'll say that you're a veteran in the marriage society.
Chief veteran for that matter.
What advices would you give to people who are married or about to marry before we let you go?
Marry someone you love. It's very important. To me, that's what I would say. Somebody you're compatible with. Be ready for a change. Be ready to renew your mind. If you're that type of person, you will succeed in your marriage. If you're still in there, nowhere cool. If it's not an abuse, stay, work, communicate. It's very important. No matter what, you should talk about things. No matter what. Learn to communicate. It's very important. Be each other's keeper. Know that marriage is not ownership, but it's partnership.
Yeah.
Krew, they believe in teamwork. And so marriage is also a teamwork. It's a work. You have to work on it. It's you have to water it. Don't just marry and sit down and relax and think, wow, and step up your game and be the best you can to your spouse. Remember always to say they are your all. Because the kids involved, and those children are your future. So you want to leave a legacy. Okay?
Wow. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. We're gonna have her on again.
Thank you for having me.
Next week.
I'll be here anytime.
She's always busy. We're gonna have her on again. Probably next week or next week. Thank you so much for joining us.
I'm just a busy girl, that's all. I'm sorry, guys. Please forgive me.
Thank you so much for joining us. All right, guys. So we're gonna let her go now, and then we're gonna continue with this. Thank you so much for joining us. Love you, and I'll talk to you.
I love you too. Thank you.
Bye. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. So we're gonna have her on again, probably next week or next 2 weeks. If you did enjoy it, please leave your comment down below. And if you have any topics in relations to marriage in the United States, marriage abroad, or any questions that you have about life, we're going to talk about it. Till I see you again, I am out of here. See you. Love you guys.